Hello, my diamonds and my TikTokers and my tubies. I'm listening to something here, and there's this woman who has a husband who he treats her like a kid, like a child. And, nothing she does is ever good enough for him. This is a different type of story time. Let me share this with you, and you can tell me what you think about it.
I'm walking on eggshells all the time. Before Billy gets home, I have to check in my head, like make sure none of the lights are on in the house, make sure, everything's where it should be. My husband's very controlling. And when we're driving, Billy controls the situation.
I turn right up here.
Like, I can't listen to you and drive at the same time. Billy tries to control the messes I make when I cook. He doesn't like it. When I stir really fast.
She'll stir the pan, and she'll be talking on conversations. Everything's going everywhere, on the counters, on the wall.
I've cooked thousands times more than you, cleaned up thousands more messes than you. I think that I can handle it. You're scolding me like a child. It hurts my feelings. I'm trying to do the best thing I know how to do for our family. Our arguments can get pretty ugly. He calls me stupid, and Billy has punched holes in the wall. Well, the last thing that happened was he threw a shoe at the wall. It really scared me because I thought the shoe was going to hit me. I don't know how much longer I can handle this. If we're unable to get help, I'll eventually leave.
I had to pause it a moment.
House run in a certain manner. I think what I asked for is
threw a shoe at the wall. It really scared me because I thought the shoe was going to hit me. I don't know how much longer I can handle this. If we're unable to get help, I'll eventually leave.
my wife thinks I'm controlling. I want the house run in a certain manner. I think what I asked for is pretty normal. I think if we didn't do things in the house my way of doing things, that the house would be destroyed. There'd be sodas in every room, spilt on the carpet. Dishes would be on the floor. She'll be cooking and she'll just be, stirring miserably and splashing stuff everywhere. Well, so I'll come in and say, honey, if you just relax, take your time to slow. My wife thinks that I'm belittling her when I give her recommendations. I wish my wife could take my opinions for what they are, not take them personally. It starts a whole mess of anger. The fights escalate into yelling, screaming, swinging at me. My wife has slapped me on 2 different occasions. She slapped me right here. We cannot go on like this. It's not healthy for me or her.
Now, I'm sure that his wife slapping him, it was to defend herself.
Safety, her security,
it was
her
to
feeling
hold on
value.
a moment. Hold on a moment. It was for her to defend herself from the likes of him. You notice how no matter what she does, he's never satisfied, and he wants everything to be run his way. You see, this is why I tell women, when it comes to being that stay-at-home type of woman, these are men who want everything to go their way. Usually, a man who doesn't believe in 50-50. And I mean when it comes to childcare, cooking, cleaning, housework, laundry, you know what I mean. And when it comes to financially, I believe women should always do 50-50 so she don't have to live what you hear this woman is going through. You see, he pays for everything, so her whole survival and her children's survival depend on him. Anytime you find a man who wants to pay for everything, that's a red flag. That's a man who's usually not submissive, or he wants you to be submissive, but he'll never follow Ephesians chapter 5, verse 21, where it says we ought to submit to one another out of respect and reverence for Christ. They don't quote that scripture. They want everything to go their way. Let me read some of the comments that are here. I put down, this is why you have a lot of men who want to pay for everything. Yeah, I made that note. And they don't want their wives to have their own money, or they don't want their wives to work. Anytime a man don't believe in 50-50, you can bet your rent money that he's very controlling, domineering, and he's an abusive monster, as is demonstrated here. Also, if he doesn't like how she cooks, then why don't he cook? He's a grown man. No woman should have to keep picking up, cleaning up behind a grown man. You're not his mother. You see, what these men want is they want a live-in maid. You see, they got the live-in maid at home, the caretaker when he's sick, and then on the side, they have their mistress. That's the woman that, he pretends like he's going to work sometime, but he goes straight from the house over to his mistress' house. See, he took off 3 or 4 days vacation, days at the job, but he didn't tell his wife that he was taking vacation. So when he leaves the house, he's going straight to his mistress. The mistress is the one who get all the whining and dining and good times and laughter. She gets the best of sex. The wife, she's just the house, the live-in maid, the maidservant, the house slave. And I don't see why a grown woman and a grown man living together and you're supposed to be picking up, cooking, and cleaning for this Dusty. No. Like they say here, what a miserable human being he is. Go to a boot camp if you want someone to take orders from you. I wouldn't wait. I'd leave now and get some counseling to heal from the damage that this dude has done. And another woman, Heather, she says if he doesn't like how she cooks, he can cook. But I'm sure that's not an option because he's the man. He's the breadwinner. Whatever, honey. Who in the hell are you to tell her what to do? If you want the house a certain way, freaking do it yourself. And like she says here, the people say, you have a beautiful wife. Are you that insecure that you have to constantly make her feel small? A woman here named Debbie, she says, this dude needs to control himself and he needs to calm down. You don't get to micromanage your wife. Don't you have things you should be doing instead of watching over her shoulders constantly? How would you like it if you were done that way? You would not. She should just stop doing everything. She should just stop everything you try to tell her how to do and step back and let him do it himself. Yeah, since you could do this so much better than me, I'm going to fall back and you go ahead and do it. Because going forward, I'm not doing it anymore because you know what? It's never good enough anyway. So you go ahead, take charge, Mr. Man. Go for it. That's the way the way I would handle it is one thing about SheilaTruelove, honey. I don't put up with nobody abusing me. The first time somebody abuses you, I don't care who it is, should be the last time. You already made it clear to them because communication is key. Without communication, there is no relationship. But the first time that this circus clown shows you that he don't care about how you feel after we've had this discussion, I always say 3 strikes, I'm out. 3 strikes, you're out. I told you the first time. The second time was a reminder. If I have to come at you the third time, it's going to be with your bags packed or my bags packed. Because I'm not going to throw away the best years of my life dealing with some Dusty who's making it very clear they don't care how you feel. The way a man treats you, that's the way he feels about you. You can bet again your rent money on that. Twinkle, twinkle, twinkle.